Hey everyone, I'm Lauren from My Something Beautiful Life. I have ADHD, and while there are some things that I've grown to kind of like about it, more often I'm struggling with trying to stay organized or even just knowing what to do at any given point. And because of this, I believe that many of us that have ADHD need planners that have specific features that can help us stay more organized and be more productive. So here are 5 planners that each have features that make them ideal for someone with ADHD. The first one that I want to talk about is the Erin Condren Daily Duo. If you find yourself each morning with an overwhelming list of things that you could do that day, then I highly recommend trying out the Daily Duo. Now it's called the Daily Duo because it actually comes in a set of 2 different planners that are 6 months each. So this one is January through June. But basically this is just a monthly and daily planner. And the reason why this works so well for ADHD is because it gives you tons of room to brain dump all of those things that are in your head, and then you can go through and sort them later. So what I definitely like to do is I just write down anything that I'm thinking of, and then I can actually go through and decide what are the things that actually need to get done that day. Another really awesome feature of using a daily planner is that every day you get a fresh start. You get to turn the page and it's just a blank slate. All of the things from yesterday that didn't need to get done, they're not there. But then also, if you have things that are coming up that you know need to go on a specific day, you can go ahead and write them down early or put them on a post-it note, something like that. And then when you get to that day, it will already be there, and so you won't have to try to remember what's going on. I love using my Daily Duo. It's been one of the best daily planners I found. They have it in a 7x9 size, and then this is the A5 size, which is my favorite. It's all just personal preference. I like the smaller size for this, and it's plenty of room for what I need. But if you find yourself needing more space, then you can definitely try the 7x9 size. One accessory that I definitely recommend trying with the Daily Duo are these mini snap-in bookmarks. I have so many of these and I just love them. They come in tons of different colors and styles, and so you can pick whichever ones you like the best. But they just snap onto your coil, and they're just a tiny little bookmark that helps you find what day you're on, or any other pages in your planner that you might need to go back to. So like there's also, in this particular planner, there's also a blank note page every week, which is also a really great place to just brain dump anything that's been on your mind. And so sometimes when I make specific types of lists that I know I'm going to want to go back to, I will actually take one of these mini bookmarks and I will put that on that page, and then I can go back and find it easily. I am a huge fan of bookmarks for anyone with ADHD because it really helps combat the out of sight, out of mind thing. When you have one book that's just closed, it can be really hard to know where to go to. I mean, you're just kind of like flipping through trying to find which page you're on. But when you put one of these little bookmarks in, then you can close your page and then just easily find where you want to turn to. And it just makes it so much easier. Like mentally, it's just such a huge shift for me to just easily be able to go to whichever page I need. So this is the Erin Condren Daily Duo. If you really want to focus on your goals, but out of sight, out of mind is a real thing for you, and you just end up forgetting your goals by January 3rd, then you might need the Moxie Life Planner. There's a couple different reasons why I love the Moxie Life Planner for anyone with ADHD. First of all, this is a planner that is very targeted towards creating and achieving your goals. But one thing that I have found in other goal setting systems that was a real struggle for me was that you would make your annual goals, and then sometimes they would have pages for monthly things that you wanted to do. But because I have ADHD, 3 days after I set those monthly goals, usually in the form of a to-do list, suddenly those things weren't the things that were important to me anymore, and I didn't end up doing any of it. The Moxie Life Planner system is different because you set your annual goals, and then you also have a space for monthly goals. But then my favorite part is that there's also a page to set weekly action items. These are the smaller individual steps that are going to get you to those monthly goals and then also back to your annual goals as well. And then going along with your weekly actions, you also have space for a weekly reflection, which is so important when you're refreshing your goals every week. Because if you created a list of action items to do for the week and then none of it got done, This reflection page gives you a chance to look at why that didn't happen. Some of my favorite prompts that are here are what worked and what didn't work, because when you know what works, you can duplicate it, and when you know what doesn't work, you know how to make adjustments to change that. And so I love that feature of the Moxie Life Planner, that every week I get a chance to set new action items to get me closer to my goals. I'm much less likely to get distracted or disinterested in my action items when I'm setting them on a weekly basis instead of on a monthly basis. A month is just too long of a time for me to set something at the beginning of the month and then have it last for the rest of the month. The other feature that makes the Moxie Life Planner so unique is that in addition to this whole goal setting system, you still get your weekly calendar as well. And having your weekly plans right next to your goals makes it so much more likely that you'll actually go back and look at this frequently. You can even take items from this and put them right into your calendar. The Moxie Life Planner does come with a today bookmark. So just like I was just talking about the mini snap-in bookmarks for the daily duo, Moxie Life does come with this bookmark that you can use to mark your week. The other thing I would recommend to get if you have ADHD is this set of bookmarks for your goals. So you have one for your weekly actions, one for your monthly goals, and then one for your annual goals. And this again makes it really easy to flip back and forth and to be able to look at them regularly and not lose track of where they are in your planner. Because we know that as soon as you turn that page, if there's nothing pulling you back to it, it's just another page. I mean, there's a whole book of pages here that I couldn't possibly look at every day. But when you use a bookmark to mark where they are, it just makes it so much easier to go back and to pay attention to those goals. I will link to this planner and all of the planners that I'm talking about in the description below. I also have a discount coupon for Moxie Life. So if this is something that you want to check out, make sure you use that code to get an extra 10% off. And I will put all of the links and all of the codes for any of the planners I have in the description below. But this is the Moxie Life Planner. If you are constantly writing things on sticky notes or little scraps of paper and then losing them, you might need a bullet journal. Now, I'm not talking about the flawless doodles and drawn out calendars that we often see on Pinterest and even Instagram. I'm talking about like back to the basics bullet journal. I mean, you certainly can do all of those artistic things if that's your style and that's what you're comfortable with. There's nothing wrong with that. But if the thought of that overwhelms you, then just know you don't need to do that at all to make this a useful planner for you. This is something that I go back to when I get overwhelmed or when I'm just in a funk where no planner seems to be working for me. I go back to my bullet journal all the time, and this helps me recenter until I find whatever else I need to be working with. This helps me stay sane in those transition periods, but this is also something that you could use full time and it could be the perfect solution for you. They link bullet journaling to ADHD a lot. And the reason for that is because the creator of the bullet journal, writer Carol, he does have ADHD. And if you've never read his book, The Bullet Journal Method, I highly recommend it. It's an amazing book. Not just if you want a bullet journal, but just for tips about organizing if you have ADHD. I just found the whole book so insightful, and I just learned so much from it. So I do highly recommend checking out that book, whether or not you want to use a bullet journal. But just to show you how I use mine, it's so simple. Like, I just do lists of whatever I'm thinking of at the moment. All I use is highlighters and a black pen for the most part, maybe some sticky notes. I think there's a couple times I put some stickers in here just for fun, like on Easter, something like that. But it doesn't have to be pretty. All it needs to do is get the ideas out of your head and onto paper. More important than that, it gives you a place where you can write something down and then know where to go back to find it later. Because when we're writing things on little scraps of paper, they're just floating around. And while you may be able to keep track of some of them, and sticky notes, sometimes you can like put them up on the wall or something like that, I've just found it extra helpful to just have one central place where I can put all of those ideas. And if I do have a spare sticky note or something that I just want to throw in, I can still put that in here, and then I will still know where to go back and find it later. So it's okay to still use your sticky notes. I'm never going to discourage anyone from using sticky notes because I love them, but I just want to emphasize the importance of having a place to put something and then being able to find it again later. because really there's no point in writing it down if you're not even going to remember where it was. So these are some of my favorite solutions for bullet journals. This one is a Clever Fox Dotted Journal 2.0. I love this one. This is the one where if you just want something casual that can be thrown around, it's a little bit less expensive than some of the other options. It has a soft cover and the elastic strap to keep it closed. I really love this one. The paper in it is amazing. It's very thick. I've never had anything go through it, not even my highlighters. So this is a great option for a bullet journal. If you're looking for something a little bit higher end, Archer and Olive is the place you want to go to. I love Archer and Olive notebooks too. Their paper is also amazing. Like, it's thicker than the Clever Fox paper. I think it's like 160 GSM and the Clever Fox is 120 GSM, something like that. But these are very, very nice notebooks, and they have tons of different sizes and designs, like the little icons here. They even have some blank ones, I believe. They do a new release every season, so you can always find seasonal notebooks too if you'd rather have something like that. They are definitely one of my favorite notebooks though. And I do have discount codes for both Clever Fox and Archer and Olive. The main thing that I want you to remember when picking out a bullet journal is find something that you love. For some people, it will be more like the Clever Fox notebook, and for some people, it will be more like the Archer and Olive one. But if you don't love it, you're not going to want to use it. So just find something that you absolutely love, and then it will just make using it so easy. Another option I wanted to share with you, this is an Erin Condren Petite Journal. I use these for all kinds of things, and they also work really, really well for a bullet journal or list style notebook. These ones are lined, they're not dot grid, but that works just as well if you're just making a list. But I love how small these are. You can just toss them in your bag. They're also fairly inexpensive and they are great quality. The covers are really nice. The paper is really thick. So if you're just looking for something a little smaller, then the petite journals are a really great option. If your house is constantly a disaster and you don't know where to even start, then you should try the Passionate Penny Pincher Planner. This is a very unique planner in that it is geared totally towards taking care of your home. So while you still have the normal things like a monthly calendar, each of your weeks has built-in to-do list with tasks to help not just take care of your home, but also take care of yourself. So like at the top, there's exercise and shower and part of the daily tasks. And the reason why this is so perfect for ADHD is because we often struggle with something called executive function, which means it's really hard for us to make decisions or plan out tasks and know which order to do them in, or even just where to start with something that we want to work on. So you may think, oh, I need to get my house clean, but you don't know what to do. This tells you what to do. Every day there is a list of tasks that you can complete, and if you do this, your home will be in order. And there's everything from things that are done daily, things that are done weekly or every other week, something like that. And then these ones down here, these are things that are just done once a year, and there's a whole list of different tasks that are included, and each week is just assigned a different task. So deep clean the refrigerator, deep clean the freezer, organize under the kitchen sink, organize the spice cabinet. Things that don't need to get done extremely regularly, but they do need to get done sometimes. And this just takes the guesswork out of all of your home maintenance. In addition to all of these lists, at the very end of each month, you also have a budget worksheet. And in the beginning of the planner, there are a series of other lists that you can use for specific occasions. There's company is coming, a vacation checklist, Christmas checklist. Here's the weekly home project schedule. So these are the ones that are in that pink bar on the weekly page. There's a goals page. There's some checklists, some other projects and goals that you want to do, and then some note pages. It's an entire system for maintaining your home just in a planner form. But I just love that it tells you what to do, and you can always switch it up. Like if something doesn't work, you can do it on a different day. And it's not about perfection. It's not about getting everything done. But when you're just doing it, even a little bit at a time, your home is going to be better off because of that. Oh, and of course, the weekly pages, they also have space for your daily tasks too. So you can always write in extra things that you have going on. There's space for that too. But this is an amazing planner. I love it. I just really believe that this is a great option for anyone who is struggling to find a system for keeping their home under control. If you are someone who gets bored with your planner, or you feel the need to switch it up a lot, or maybe you change frequently what area of life you're focused on at the moment, then you might want to look at the Petite Planners and the On-the-Go Folio from Erin Condren. The Petite Planners in and of themselves are amazing tools. I showed you that Petite Journal just a second ago. That's also one of them that you can use inside this system. But even if just a couple of these are something that you want to work with, you can get the planners without the folio, of course. But I just wanted to show you how they can work together to create a planner that is customizable at any given point. So the Petite Planners are a traveler's notebook style system, which means you have a cover and it has these elastics inside. Your books will slip into these elastics, and you can fit in 4 per cover, and then you just close it up and you have a planner all together with the 4 books of your choosing in it. And I just love the options that this creates. Erin Condren sells a ton of different Petite Planners to choose from, and so you're sure to find something that will help you with whatever you're focusing on right then. So this is the daily planner, and similar to the Daily Duo, I love this layout for brainstorming each morning, just what I want to get done. I can just write everything down and then sort through later what I actually need to do. These are quarterly planners, so they come in a set of 3 months at a time. This one's the January to March for 2024. So you can keep them in your on-the-go folio one at a time with some other planners, or you can have a whole folio that has the entire year in it. This one is the monthly planner, so it has monthly calendars, and then there's just some note pages at the end. There's a meal planner, budget planners. One of my favorites too is the wellness planner. Both of these have the wellness layout. This is a self-care planner, and then we also have the plant journal. And then of course there's the notebooks too that are just lined that you can also throw in there. So you can easily do the bullet journal system inside your Petite Planner, and then just choose a few other planners that have to do with what you're focusing on. So if your focus is health, you can do the meal planner, the wellness planner, maybe the self-care journal, and then either the monthly planner or the daily planner, or switch one of them out for a notebook. But what I love is the flexibility, because at any given point, if you decide that something's not what you want to be working on at that point, you can take out that specific planner and switch it out with something that is more important to you right then. Then you don't have to switch your entire planner system around, but you still have exactly what you need. So this is a great system for anyone with ADHD, because we do tend to switch up what our focus is at the moment. I know sometimes I'm focused on my health, sometimes I'm focused on gardening, sometimes I just want to really take care of myself better, and so I need the self-care journal. They also have a goal planner one. I don't have that one with me to show you, but they do have a goal Petite Planner as well, and some other ones. Like, definitely go on the website and just check out all that they have. I'm sure that you could build an on-the-go folio with things that just fit into your life right now. So this is definitely one of my favorites for ADHD, just because of the flexibility and being able to switch out books as needed. Whether it's something that you've completed and you just need to get a new one, or it's just something that's not working anymore. So those are the 5 planners that I have to share with you today. If you know another planner that you have found to be really helpful for ADHD, please leave it in the comments. I love to check out new ones. And so I'd love to hear any planners that you know that have worked really well for you. If you like planner videos, I would love it if you considered subscribing. But thank you so much for watching today, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.